Hey Mosaic Soul, what? Okay, I'm super excited today. Just got so much energy, just in love with life. Life is just awesome. So, today I want to talk about, anyway, today I wanted to talk about how to know the difference between an ego desire or a soul desire. Air quotes around the ego is because it's completely something that we made up as human beings, especially in the spiritual community. I know you've heard this term definitely in like the Eckhart Tolle camp and the Neil Donald Walsh camp and all that stuff, and it's cool because I definitely resonated with the term. But I just want to speak of it as just kind of this part of ourselves that has the light and the dark. So that's what I kind of think of the ego as, like my lower self, the part that's not connected or as aware of its divinity. Now the ego can totally be more of an awakened ego, but when I'm talking about ego in this context, I'm talking about the part of you that becomes disconnected from who you truly are, disconnected from your divinity, disconnected from just the fact that you're this soul having a human experience and that you are infinite intelligence being expressed through your own individual human body and expression. Like for me, this is the Rachael expression. So I wanted to get down to the nitty-gritty and let's talk about how to know the difference between a soul desire and an ego desire, okay? So first of all, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it was so prominent for me as I've been shifting and shifting, and I'm constantly shifting, constantly being aware of who I am, of more and more of the true me, which is beyond this flesh, skin and bones, and beyond this name, beyond this label, beyond this ethnicity. And although I really love being human, I know that I'm more than just being human. And so for me, learning to live more embodied and learning to live more as this soul having a human experience, it's really been a dramatic shift for me because one, the reason why I like living in alignment and living more with the awareness that I'm a soul having a human experience is because it's more fun. You don't take life so seriously. Everything kind of looks comical, or like things don't really faze you as much as when you believe that you're just a human. When you believe that you're just a human, then everything phases you. Everything is like such a situation. It's such a problem to be dealt with. Everything is so serious. There's a seriousness and heaviness to life. So for me, when I'm living in alignment with who I truly am, when I'm living in alignment with my soul, when I'm following my passions and letting my passions be my guide, it's such an easier, lighter feeling. It's like when you're 5 years old. If you remember when you're like 5 or 6 or 7 years old, and you just really didn't have a care in the world, and you're just like, life just feels so good for me. Like I just love, like you don't even think that way. Like you're just enjoying life. You're getting into whatever you're getting into, and you're just following your passions, right? That's where I'm at as far as like the reason why I love living in alignment, the reason why I love knowing who and what I truly am, because life just is so much easier. It's so much more fun. It's so much more relaxed. It's so much more just like, I just love living. I just love living. So the reason why that came up was the difference between a soul desire and an ego desire for me was that a lot of times we have desires that may arise, and I know a lot in like the spiritual community, they're like, desires are the root of all evil, which I totally don't buy. But the reason why I like to, right now, I may evolve out of this, I'm always expanding, but the reason why I like to differentiate is because one of the things I notice is that part of us, that part of me, the part of you that doesn't really know who you are, that forgets that you're soul having a human experience from time to time, that part of you that takes life too seriously, that part of you that makes a problem out of everything, that part of you will have desires, or it will bring up wants and needs, and usually a lot of times those are based out of lack, scarcity, and fear. And so that is really the difference between a soul desire and an ego desire. A soul desire comes from a place of abundance, of a place of just wanting to experience and enjoy life. It doesn't think of lack or fear because it knows that it's infinite intelligence being expressed through your humanness, right? So your soul desire, it usually has a feeling of elation, a feeling of joy, a feeling of excitement, a feeling of passion, a feeling of just overall interest, you know? And it comes from this place of happiness. It comes from this place of just reveling in, even if it's just an imagination where you're feeling your desire and it's imagining and your whole emotions are wrapped up in this desire. That's what a soul desire usually feels like. And it stems from the place of abundance, which is our true divine nature, right? But an ego desire really comes from a place of lack, scarcity, and fear. So like, you know, something like, oh, I don't have enough money to buy groceries, or I really want more of this so that I can do this, which will help me not to be able to do that. Like usually the ego has like these desires that arise, that come out of a place of scarcity, because it comes from this place of thinking that you don't have enough, one, that you're not enough, or that you can't have what you want, or that there's not going to be enough for you to do what you really enjoy. So it really comes from those like places of just scarcity and fear and not enoughness and lack. There's not enough to go around, or how is this going to happen, or you know, those feelings that kind of arise. So that's the difference between an ego desire and a soul desire. A soul desire just feels so much better. It feels so much better. It feels so much more fun. It feels more light. It feels easy. It feels joyful. It's like, ooh, you know, like it just feels good. Versus an ego desire, which kind of makes you use your monkey mind a lot more. You're trying to figure things out, trying to figure out how to make it happen, figure out how much hard work you got to put in to bring together your passions. Like, it really comes from that place. So it's really different. So I just wanted to share with you the difference, because as you're going along your journey, maybe this will be helpful for you to kind of start to let go of your ego desires and more start to resonate with your soul, because your soul is always, you're an abundant being, and the only way that you can experience lack is if you believe in lack. So because our reality is always a reflection of our belief systems, what you believe is what you're creating constantly. So the only way that you can experience lack, what my soul told me, soul nugget here, is that the only way that you can experience lack is if you believe in it. If you don't believe in lack, you can't really experience lack. And soul desires don't come from a place of lack, it comes from a place of abundance. And usually the soul is not like a greedy thing, it's very loving. Usually a desire from the soul benefits everyone else as well, whereas an ego desire is usually selfish and it doesn't benefit everyone else. And that's also a difference that I've noticed in the two different types of desires that will arise within us. So I hope this has been helpful for you and helping you to differentiate between whether you should go along, follow a desire within your life, basically. Because if a desire arises from lack, scarcity, and fear, then you know where it arose from. If it arises from joy, excitement, passion, interest, happiness, those things like that, then that's usually from your soul, and you should follow more of that. And this kind of really ties into how to follow your passions, because a lot of times we think that desires are something that are these huge things that we have to like conquer or something like that. Really, it's just these small little things. Like for me, doing this video feels like fun, like for me, sharing this information, sharing my own revelations, feels like fun. It feels like just a natural extension of me being me, so doing those little things in the moment, in the present moment, usually is where the soul arises. And sometimes the soul will give you visions and stuff, and it likes to revel in the ideas of things. But one of the things you gotta know is not to get so caught up in thinking that it can't happen or when is it gonna happen, because that's coming from the ego and lack of fear and scarcity. Because when you're resonating with the bigger part of you, the more in tune, infinite intelligence part of you, you're just following your joy as it arises. It's not such a thing where everything is a big thing, because life is made up of all these mini moments, of all these small little moments. And learning to enjoy the small little miracles that happen day to day is really what allows you to experience life in its fullness and its abundance. So I'm done talking. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you'd like to, give it a thumbs up, share, comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. And I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, remember, you are divine.
Ready to live your best life? Then grab my Jumpstart Your Health Kit, chock full of healthy plant-based recipes, tips, and information to help you feel and be your best. In this kit, you'll learn how to transition to a plant-based diet, learn 7 easy plant-based fast foods that you can start to incorporate today, receive over 10 delicious recipes, and so much more. If you're ready to take back control over your health, then go ahead and click the link in the description box below to grab your kit today.